Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today we will design a necklace with Sam's Bead Box subscription for the month of September. These are the beads that I had left after I did the necklaces. This is what I have left. These teardrop kind of a twisted bead and the gold lined transparent 10mm and 4mm dark beads. I had those. I use these Delica beads in this brown color because this is a coppery color and this is like a metallic black. So kind of used alternatively this, and I used the Lavno Delica beads in between just to give that darker color a little bit more, prominence. And I feel that this has worked out perfectly. And I had 4 of these melon beads with the white wash. That also I have used it, as you guys can see. And then in between the 10mm and this drop beads, there was a small gap, so I added the lemon seed beads in between as well. And then I finished the pattern, but still there was not enough beads to finish off the necklace. So there was this 1 3mm copper bead from that box, actually 2. So I thought I will use that too, but I recreated the design. See, lastly I added 6 of the Delica beads and then 1 of that bead and then 6 of the Delica beads. I'm going to do the same here. I thought it's worth mentioning. It's just a design element that's unique to your design. I know somebody will call, I could have added this here, but this one seems to be pretty nice, so I did that. So 6 of these beads, 1 of these beads, just by adding by adding these, it just creates the end pop too. So at the same time it gives us that length that we want. I need at least 18 inches for my necklace, so 6 that's about say right. Now we need to decide our clasp, and for this you can either use a bronze clasp or a copper one. Yes, so to finish this off, I have a lobster claw clasp, and this is a closed jump ring, which means they are soldered and you cannot see any gap. So that's what I want for this, because I don't want the wire to get off. I'll remove one end. I'm going to use the crimp bead. These are beadlon crimp beads. I'm going to use just 2 of them, and this is a size, let me see, size 1. Okay, beadlon crimps. I'm gonna take my crimping pliers, which is this right here. See if you can see, there is 2 holes in the crimping pliers. Okay, one hole is like a oval, like a elongated oval. The next one is like a nut, cashew nut, right? So cashew nut shape. So what we are going to do here is take the crimp bead. You can also use a crimp tube. There is one more thing that I wanted to tell you guys about this crimping thing. So I was using 19 strand beadlon bead stringing wire. There is 19 strands which is coated and made into this one thin strand. Okay, and this is the one that I was using for the bead stringing wire in my, okay, I dropped some beads, looks like. Okay, so I used this in the spool. You can see there is size #1, #2. That means, see this is an elongated bead. Let me see if I have, another one. Yeah, this one is a little bit off, right? So in this you can clearly see that it says here in the diagram, this is like a round, this is crimp bead. For this wire you can use size 1 crimp bead or size 2 crimp tube. Okay, keep this in mind. I am using size 1 crimp bead. Just add. Okay, this is how I lose it. Now add the crimp tube, crimp bead, and then go through your lobster claw clasp, the loop in the lobster claw clasp. Come back through the crimp bead, if possible a couple of other beads as well. Okay, not more. Here we go. So now I want to push this crimp bead to the end, but not to the very end, because I still want a very nice movement of this lobster claw clasp, right? If I do this more, then this loop will be smaller, which I don't want it to be. And also you need to make sure the wires are not crisscrossed inside the crimp bead, otherwise you will not be able to crimp it nicely. So there is 2 holes, one on the top, one on the bottom. The bottom one is towards the handle. Okay, now first we are going to crimp this way, and then we are going to crimp this way. So horizontally I'm going with the second hole, the hole towards the handle. Go ahead and place that bead in the hole and just squeeze it with your pliers. Okay, this makes one side like looped, the other side, can you see that cashew nuts shape that you get? Now what you do is you go vertically like this with the first hole and squeeze it between your pliers. That will, see, first it made the round into this shape, then it will close it and make it into a round. That's what it did. See that? You can see as if there's one single bead, right? Okay, so you don't need this much. You can snip this excess off. Okay, move all the beads to that end, making sure everything is nice and secure here. And keep the necklace in the U form, because when you do it with straight, then it'll be stiff. You will anyways have to fold it this way when you're wearing it. So make sure everything is proper, the pattern is good. Okay, everything is nice and secure and pushed all the way here. Okay, okay, everything is fine. Then go ahead, add the crimp bead here. The first time when we crimped, we didn't have any problems, right? Because we have still the other side to go on. Now it needs to be tight, but not so tight. It needs to be right about the perfect, tightness. So I added my jump ring, which is a closed jump ring. Go back through the crimp bead and couple of beads if you can. Just one bead is also fine. Now what you do is you take your pliers and hold the end of the wire and hold your jump ring and pull this down. So that will shorten the space, and then it will give the exact place where you want your crimp to be. As I said, the loop needs to be small, but not very small that this cannot move freely. Right? It's the same way. Go ahead and place that crimp bead in that second loop of ours. Make sure you don't go on top of your seed bead, otherwise it will break, and then squeeze it. First time we went horizontally, the second time we will go vertically, and again keep it in the top hole and squeeze the bead. Now snip off the excess wire as close as possible, and we are done. So this is our necklace. Even though it's just simple bead stringing, I think I went over it pretty slow and then got you guys an idea of how it is done. It's pretty easy once you get a hang of it, and I really like how this necklace turned out to be. It's very pretty. Some of these simple designs are the ones that you use the most from your stash or most from your collection, because the heavy ones we use it very rarely, but these ones will be used on a day-to-day basis. That way you will get a lot out of this thing. So see how flexible this is with the 19 strand bead stringing wire. The higher the number of strands, the flexible it will be. So you can also use 49 strand, but I really like for necklace 19 strand is the best. If you are looking for bracelet, 49 strand is best because it takes a lot of wear and tear, and necklace not so much, right? You're going to wear, you're not going to fidget around that much like how you would fidget with the bracelet. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. If you are inspired by my design and you make similar ones, please do share in the Facebook group that we have. I will leave down the description box below the link for the Facebook group as well. Bye bye.